Evolution shows that the ability of our bodies to obtain, store, and protect against too much energy is maximized. Body Mass Index, BMI, shows that 65% of adults in the United States are overweight, and 1 in 3 qualify as obese. Epigenetic transmission is the passage of epigenetic modifications of a gene from one generation to another. There's a small group of obese people with abnormal levels of leptin, making drugs that alter leptin signals unlikely to be very effective in the majority of people trying to lose weight. Leptin regulates endogenous cannabinoid levels in the hypothalamus. Cannabinoid antagonists may be able to suppress appetite. Weight loss can be achieved through a drug that blocks signaling of the CB1 cannabinoid receptor, but it is not sold in the market due to depressive side effects. Drugs that cause the activation of an MC4R melanocortin receptor can reduce hunger. Lorcaserin activates serotonin 5-HT2C receptors that are located on many POMC neurons. Appetite may also be reduced by treatment with PYY336, which directly affects arcuate neurons. Raising the rate of metabolism can lead to a higher expenditure of calories as heat increases. Drugs that mimic the thyroid's characteristics are in the process of being made, hopefully without the cardiovascular side effects. Mitochondria contain a protein called thermogenin, which permits the conversion of energy into heat by the mitochondria. The interference of white fat tissue formation can treat obesity. Angiogenesis is when new blood vessels are required in order for fat tissue to grow. Blocking this would lead to the inhibition of fat formation. Though it is typically shown that intestinal discomfort and mild weight loss, some drugs can be used to interfere with the digestion of fats. Treatment with leptin can decrease rewards associated with food. Food can reduce stress. Reducing the effect food has on stress makes it tempting to eat often. Liposuction is moderately successful and temporary since fat tissue tends to regrow. A bariatric procedure reduces volume of digestive system and its ability to absorb fats. The only current intervention for weight loss is gastric bypass surgery, but this is potentially effective in the reversal of type 2 diabetes and hypertension. There are conditions where people become obsessed with their body weight. Anorexia nervosa is a syndrome that leads to people depriving themselves of foods and not obtaining sufficient nutrients because they think they are heavier than they actually are. Hunger is real, but it is absent from conscious perception, so that person refuses to eat. It is a mixture of genetic, endocrine, personality, cognitive, and environmental variables. Bulimia is when people believe they are heavier than they actually are, but will gorge themselves, then vomit, or take laxatives to avoid weight gain. It also lacks sufficient nutrients. Binge eating is when people gorge themselves with more food than necessary, often to the point of illness. This often reflects drug addiction. The gene encoding the MC4R receptor, which is responsible for signaling satiety, is mutated, leading to binge eating. The cutting edge. The gut microbiome is a collection of microbes that inhabit the gut, weighing between 2.5 to 5 pounds. Researchers have considered treating it as a virtual organ. Enterotype is a personal combination of various species of microbiota. Antibiotics change gut microbiota and hormones, leading to weight gain later in life. Fecal transplantation is when fecal matter is used to transfer gut microbiota from a donor to a host.